Since I was a little boy, I have always craved the cheering of the crowd. Never have I felt more alive than when navigating in song over a chorus of instruments. My flute would pierce high above the brass and drums, etching emotions on the hearts and minds of bewildered spectators. I called the crowds that gathered my precious flock of songbirds. They called me their maestro. I often wonder if the pride I felt in such melodious moments was not the cause of the curse that now afflicts me. Perhaps some jealous sorcerer took offense at my popularity, or some wicked wanderer sought glee from my demise. I will one day learn the truth. I have no one left to hear the songs from my youth, and ample time to ponder my predicament. The curse crept upon me as I slept. A great, monstrous, dark form appeared to me in a dream, laughing as it cast a spell, proclaiming that the only ears my songs would henceforth please would be those of rats, mice, and shrews. The next morning when I woke, I was wholeheartedly relieved to learn that this frightful vision had been nothing more than a nightmare. I took out my pipe to play in a nearby plaza and found, to my horror, that it would only sound songs of sorrow, salted in a key of chaos, peppered on a scale of doom. My public could not bear to listen to me, putting hand to ear and feet to ground, and sure enough, as the nightmare had forewarned, my only admirers from that day forward were vile, villainous vermin. The fall from hallowed hall to stinking sewer was a tragedy that took me completely by surprise. Soon, hunger nearly claimed my body, for no town or assembly was client for haunting tunes. I knew no trade other than music, and music, no matter how beautiful or ugly, was little sustenance to a tired body. I was playing near an oak tree used for hangings, where few people dared to come, when a gentle witch named Baba Yaga took pity on my soul. A host of vermin sat around me, bemused by my playing, the only creatures my song still beguiled. Baba Yaga asked why I did not offer my uncomely talent as a service to rid towns of their rats. The idea was novel, and I was desperate for a meal, so I went to a little town named Hamlin and asked if they would pay for me to rid them of their mice. They agreed, so I played, and from that day my reputation was made anew. I, the Pied Piper of Hamlin, would never again fear for want of food. My pockets now sang with the music of clanking coin. Bodily empowered, I took up a quest to determine who had cast this curse upon me, swearing solemnly to send them to an early grave. Reverie has many towns, and all of them have rats. As I rid the villages and hamlets of their infestations, four-footed pariah following me away from their drains and sewers, my name grew more famous than it had been as a musician of the classics. Though I now had a means of livelihood, I did not consider chasing mice a proper profession, for it meant I walked alone. My mood grew dim as my loneliness grew longer. Even Baba Yaga in due course no longer paid me visits. I began to fear I might surely lose my mind. It was one early evening in my darkest hour of that dark day that I heard the clanking sound of a shield approach and the snorting sound of a baby dragon. I was approached by a captain of the Ravenswatch, its eldest guardian, in fact, the old warrior Beowulf. He himself cursedly hounded by a foundling drake. He offered me a place amongst their proud number if I would swear to hunt nightmares and chase them from our lands. As desperate for company as I had once been for food, I accepted the offer. I fought like a devil, playing songs like never before, training my little vermin to do my bidding in this war against the denizens of the dark. The Ravenswatch united many a brave soul under a single purpose: to defeat the nightmares invading Reverie and banish them from our world. The Tinkerer Geppetto made me flutes like none I had ever played, and Beowulf taught me stratagems to counter enemies on higher ground. Scarlet, Melusine, Aladdin, and many more joined me on missions to rid our lands of plague and scorn. It was on one fateful night that I crossed paths with a familiar shadow, that of the very witch who I'd once counted as my one and only friend. Baba Yaga was giving orders to a trio of nightmares, as if it were her, the commander of their wretched campaign of terror. Was this kind witch our enemy? Was Baba Yaga the sorceress that had cursed my songs? That very night, the witch became the focus of my vengeance. I should have known that Baba Yaga was some evil shrew masked in witchy garb. My music did not scare her, nor did it bend her malicious mind to obey my will. She was somehow immune to all my charms. Convinced that the witch had caused my pipe to play afoul, I set out to kill her, and would not rest until she had died. On a night without a moon, I cornered Baba Yaga in her den. All my vermin lent me courage, and all my hatred gave me strength. We fought like two demons, hell-bent and bloody-eyed, neither giving quarter. Never had I played so well. Each note struck home like lightning, and as dawn drew near the shrew, she finally fell. My rats reared up to shred her into oblivion. Then, in her eyes, I saw a glimmer of the woman who had once shown me kindness. To my surprise, I let her go. She scurried off into the night. I kept this mercy to myself, for I knew that something else was behind our curses, and Baba Yaga was yet another victim. My quest for vengeance had only just begun. I have come to understand as I play my cursed pipe that this talent is a blessing. No other musician, for I still consider myself a minstrel, knows songs capable of taming the vermin and making them useful in a fight. I am respected as a warden of reverie, a guardian of the Ravenswatch. I no longer crave the cheering of the crowd, nor the clapping of king and princess. I prefer to know they all sleep well at night, as I chase nightmares from their dreams. The congratulations of my fellow wardens largely suffice to give me comfort through the night. This curse of mine is a gift, and I no longer seek to lose it. A new quest occupies my thoughts, and that is to discover what power truly controls these monsters of the dark, and has made our woeful witch serve their true master. When all people and heroes of reverie are free of this bewildering blight, only then shall I seek a way for me to play songs of joy and laughter once more.